What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and boy, do I have a lot of news for you guys this week on WWE Week in Review News and Rumors. I got a ton of news concerning Daniel Bryan and his push towards the top of the card in the WWE heading into Summerslam. I got news on CM Punk heading into the year 2014. Will CM Punk be headlining WrestleMania 30? I have all the news for you guys, and I'm going to get right into it. I got a ton of stuff. But before that, guys, quickly, Facebook, Twitter, Skype, all across social media. JD is on social media. All right, if you guys want to keep up to date on this channel and what's going on my YouTube, those are the three sites best, okay? Skype, Twitter, and Facebook. You guys know what to do. Links are in the description down below. Thank you all for the support. We are headed towards 4,000 subscribers. But first, guys, I want to start off with Daniel Bryan. Now, everyone knows me, if you've been subbed here, that Daniel Bryan is one of my boys on the WWE roster. There was a segment on Monday Night Raw where Vince McMahon was backstage with Vicky Guerrero, and he made some negative remarks about Daniel Bryan. Now, I was surfing the internet today at work, and I seen this article on the BleacherReport.com, okay? There was a reporter on BleacherReport.com that found a news article online. And this news article was written by Brian Alvarez. He's from Figure 4 Wrestling Newsletter, f4wonline.com. That website is a subscription-based website. You have to pay a monthly fee to get all the news and rumors concerning WWE. All right? They are a very legitimate site. I'm not subscribed to them, but the Bleacher Report somehow found out this news. Now, Brian Alvarez reported that Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon had a long discussion backstage about an unknown wrestler at the time. At the time this was reported. Brian Alvarez on F4W Online is reporting that this wrestler that was not named in the interview is Daniel Bryan. Now, if you guys know, Shawn Michaels trained Daniel Bryan. Alright, Michaels trained Daniel Bryan back in the early 2000s, which may explain his willingness to stand up for the star, which makes sense, okay? The article goes on to say, Shawn Michaels did an interview this week, and he said he had a talk with Vince McMahon about a certain superstar, which was not named, like I said, in this article. And Vince said that this superstar, in his opinion, could not draw money. And Shawn said that he tried to convince Vince McMahon otherwise, and Vince McMahon wasn't having it. It said that McMahon was talking about Daniel Bryan, which makes sense because it was written into the storylines on Monday Night Raw. Now, Shawn Michaels went on to say that Vince didn't see money in Shawn Michaels either. You know, he didn't see money in CM Punk. You know, and look at where CM Punk is right now. You know, Vince McMahon really this is what pisses me off. Vince McMahon really has to open his eyes. I don't think Vince McMahon is watching his product. It's all about Vince and what Vince wants. He has to let go for just a little bit. Just a little bit. The fans want to see Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's reaction every week is genuine. It is organic. It's not produced by the WWE. The WWE did not force him down our throats like John Cena. Everything you see concerning Daniel Bryan is legitimate. The crowd is going crazy for him every week. The same thing happened when Jeff Hardy was in the WWE. WWE and Vince McMahon had no choice but to give Jeff Hardy the WWE Championship because he was the most popular wrestler in the entire company. Even more so than John Cena. And this is before he went to TNA. Vince has to really open his eyes. And I really hope he does not make the same mistake here with Daniel Bryan. He gave CM Punk the ball and Punk ran with it. I hope he lets Daniel Bryan do the same thing. And Daniel Bryan would be a megastar if he goes into SummerSlam and beats John Cena clean for the WWE Championship. Now, I'm going to switch gears and talk about CM Punk. Now, there was news today that I found out. CM Punk, and I don't know why his name is being brought up for this, but there's already talk about having CM Punk win the 2014 Royal Rumble and challenge for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania and main event WrestleMania 30. Now, Punk's dream has always been to close out WrestleMania and win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. And the seeds for that may have been planted on Monday Night Raw in the promo with Paul Heyman. Now, that's all the article said on that news story, but I think it's too early to be predicting Royal Rumble winners or reporting about Royal Rumble winners. Yes, it would be great to see Punk in the limelight again with the WWE Championship. We know that's going to come eventually again. He will be the WWE Champion again. But I really have my hopes and my heart set on a CM Punk versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 30. The WrestleMania 30 is supposed to be the biggest event ever. Ever. CM Punk versus Stone Cold Steve Austin would be the perfect time for Stone Cold to come back for that one more match. Bray Wyatt. We're expecting the Wyatt family to come to WWE TV any week now. Now, the Bray Wyatt character was created by Dusty Rhodes, the father of Cody Rhodes, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Rhodes came up with the gimmick, and it said that it would be much better than the Husky Harris gimmick, which we all know that's definitely true. Rhodes and Wyatt are now coming up with new ideas to make the character even more interesting and unique. Wyatt is reportedly really taking this character seriously and running with it. He has impressed WWE officials big over the last few months. I can't wait till he gets to TV. Like I said in my last WWE News Rumors, if you guys missed it, there will be a link in the description down below, a link on the screen, annotation. Go watch that if you missed it. Bray Wyatt and his character is going to be one of the best things on WWE TV. It's not being done on TV right now, anywhere. Not in TNA, not in Ring of Honor, not in WWE, anywhere. Bray Wyatt's going to be he's going to be a superstar. And just the simple fact that this unique character is completely different than anything on WWE TV this decade, it's got me very excited, so I can't wait to see that. Rob Van Dam news. Now, this is interesting. Over the past several weeks, there was backstage talk of pairing Rob Van Dam and Paul Heyman when RVD returns to WWE at Money in the Bank in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on Sunday, July 14th. According to sources, the huge pop each time RVD and the Money in the Bank promo airs reportedly caused the company to change their minds regarding an RVD-Heyman on-screen partnership. Now, obviously, this would make sense if they're partnered on TV. RVD and Paul Heyman go way back to ECW, if you guys, hopefully you know that. But RVD is a face, I don't mind. RVD is a heel, I don't mind. RVD with Heyman, I don't mind. I'm just glad RVD's back on TV. RVD can add a lot of star power, a lot to WWE TV, a lot to WWE pay-per-views, to the main event scene, to the mid-card scene, wherever you put him. He's a superstar. So he's going to do nothing but good things coming back to the WWE. I can't wait to see him in Philadelphia at Money in the Bank, competing in that Money in the Bank ladder match for Monday Night Raw. According to sources, the original plan in WWE, now more Daniel Bryan news, was for Daniel Bryan to face John Cena for the WWE Championship at both Money in the Bank and SummerSlam this year. According to reports, however, it seems that though the tentative plan currently is for Daniel Bryan to win a briefcase in the Money in the Bank ladder match on July 14th, and then announce that he's going to cash it in and challenge John Cena at SummerSlam. Speaking of Cena, there's also talk of doing one final match with Ryback so Cena can get a clean pinfall victory over Ryback, but those plans have been axed. There's no word on if there's going to be two Money in the Bank ladder matches this year. Obviously, this report is wrong. There is two ladder matches. SmackDown will announce their 7 guys on Friday Night SmackDown tonight, which is about 20 minutes away. It's almost 8 o'clock here. It's about 7:45 Eastern Standard Time right now as I record this. Dolph Ziggler is not injured, and WWE.com, an article on WWE.com, is pure storyline. He has been cleared to return for weeks now, and this is all part of the angle with Alberto Del Rio. Now, there were plans to do a rematch between Del Rio and Ziggler, likely at SummerSlam. One idea discussed backstage at this week's WWE TV tapings was for Ziggler to win the Money in the Bank briefcase at the pay-per-view, the SmackDown, Money in the Bank, and win that match at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and then cash it in at SummerSlam against Alberto Del Rio. But nothing right now is set in stone. I don't know how you guys feel. I know you sounded off in my comments last week in my WWE News and Rumors about Bryan and Ziggler again winning briefcases, which leaves no new superstars to win it this year. I would go for Daniel Bryan winning that match for Raw. I would go for Daniel Bryan winning that match because, to be honest with you, it kind of ties in to the whole, weak link storyline that they've been playing, with Team Hell No. Everyone thinks Daniel Bryan's the weak link, What better way to win the WWE Championship briefcase, that contract, that Money in the Bank, and then cash it in, legit, fair and square, without sneak attacking John Cena. Cash it in on Monday night and say, listen, Cena, I want you at SummerSlam, one-on-one. I want to win this thing legit, and I want to show the WWE Universe and everybody watching that I am the best wrestler in the world. I am not a weak link. That's it. That's all you need. You don't even need to do anything else with this storyline. As for Dolph Ziggler, I would not have him win the briefcase. I would just book him for a match at SummerSlam with Del Rio, have him win the championship back. And as far as I know, the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match looks a little bit weak. I know Dean Ambrose is in that. Dean Ambrose is not going to win that. Fandango's in that. Wade Barrett. I think Sheamus is in that. No, Sheamus is in the Raw one, I believe. Cody Rhodes, Damien Sandow. To be honest with you, out of all the names I just mentioned for SmackDown, I would give it to Damien Sandow. I think Damien Sandow, his time has come to move up the ladder. He's got a great gimmick. He plays his gimmick incredibly well. He's great in the ring. And he can be a top-level heel if the WWE, stands behind him. That's what I want to see. I want to see Damien Sandow. And I know Fandango's in that too. I think he'll be clear to wrestle by Money in the Bank. But I don't think Fandango's World Championship material. Wade Barrett is going nowhere because WWE doesn't get behind him. I'm going with Damien Sandow on this one. But that's just my opinion. Let me know who you guys want to see win the SmackDown and Raw Money in the Bank. The general feeling backstage is that Vince McMahon and the family angle on Raw will conclude with Triple H taking all the power and control from Vince McMahon. The USA Network notified WWE several months ago that they wanted more of the McMahons on TV in an effort to help WWE's slumping ratings. As I said last week here on WWE News and Rumors, several WWE storylines are being based off real-life situations, such as Stephanie McMahon and Caitlyn a couple of weeks back. That is one of them. You got Triple H and Vince McMahon, Triple H and Stephanie. There's little tie-ins to real-life situations going on with the McMahon storyline right now. There's also talk within WWE that we'll see Vince McMahon versus Triple H at WWE's Summerslam this year. The idea behind that match would be for the power struggle between McMahon and Triple H to continue over the summer, with both finally getting fed up with each other and settling it in the ring. Stephanie McMahon has been talked about as being the special guest referee as she's playing the neutral, not taking sides role. We'll see if this actually happens, but it has been talked about in recent creative meetings. But nothing is confirmed at this time. I'm enjoying the McMahons on TV. It's always more exciting with them. All I can say is I don't know where this is headed right now, but I do enjoy seeing them on TV. And if it ends up with Vince McMahon versus Triple H at SummerSlam, listen, it is what it is. McMahon, wants to do good, even though he's like close to 70 years old. He's put on some damn good matches in the past with Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels, but I know he's aging right now. I don't know how he's going to be able to move in the ring. It should be entertaining, but it's not something that I'm going to be completely invested in if it ends up being Vince and Triple H at SummerSlam. I just can't see myself invested in that final, that whole ending to that storyline. It's just not going to work for me. But we'll see what happens. All we can do is wait and see what happens as we get closer to SummerSlam. As of this week, there are no plans to add another member to Paul Heyman's group, according to a report by WrestleInc.com. The report notes that Heyman suggested to WWE's creative team that Curtis Axel would be kept separate from CM Punk and the Brock Lesnar program. There were discussions on possibly having Triple H and Stephanie McMahon team together to go against a team of Paul Heyman and Curtis Axel at SummerSlam in a mixed tag team match. However, those ideas probably will be axed, as some are against Heyman being involved in the ring because he will be managing Lesnar later that night against CM Punk at SummerSlam. I'm glad nobody is behind that. That's a terrible idea. I do not want to see Stephanie McMahon in the ring teaming with Triple H. I don't want to see Paul Heyman in the ring wrestling, period. He needs to be a mouthpiece and a manager. Leave it at that. Curtis Axel deserves so much better being the IC champion going into SummerSlam. Mr. Perfect, his father, shined at SummerSlam. SummerSlam was Perfect's event. Curtis Axel needs a quality opponent for SummerSlam to defend the IC strap. Thank God that idea is axed. Steve Austin was on Live Audio Wrestling this past Sunday. It's a podcast, I believe. Here are some highlights that he said. His reaction to Mark Henry's retirement angle. I quote, "I caught it midway through. Mark laying down his retirement speech with the tears coming down his eyes. But coming from that business, I saw it a mile away. When you've got John Cena as window dressing out there with that gold belt, you know you've been around long enough to know that something was going to happen. There's going to be an angle coming out of this. Mark was tremendous. I loved it. Cena was the perfect guy to help him accomplish this task. I loved every second of it. Everyone is raving about Mark Henry's role in that retirement angle that happened on Monday Night Raw where he attacked John Cena with the fake retirement. There was even reports about giving Mark Henry the WWE Championship. I even heard reports about a triple threat match with Mark Henry, John Cena, and Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam. I don't know where they're going to go. But I don't really think, I would love for Mark Henry to win the WWE Championship for one night and just shock the world at Money in the Bank. You can always give it back to Cena, but I don't like the revolving door of hands being, on that WWE Championship. I just don't like that. It's not good for the belt. It's not good for the prestige of the belt after CM Punk gave it so much more meaning with his 434-day reign. But Mark Henry, like I said, I would not be against him winning the WWE Championship. I do expect John Cena to win at Money in the Bank, and I fully expect him to go on to challenge or fight Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. I think that is the way the WWE creative team and Vince McMahon should go. Bryan should be in the plans for the WWE Championship after Mark Henry. This is Mark Henry's, Mark Henry's not going to be around for too much longer, and he's probably one of the best heels in the business right now. He's got that old school mentality heel. He's got that old school feel, for a heel. But he's doing tremendous work, and I enjoy seeing Mark Henry on WWE TV every week. But I just don't see him winning the WWE Championship at Money in the Bank. Daniel Bryan vs. John Cena for the WWE Championship is now planned. I already said this. Brock Lesnar vs. CM Punk. Total Divas reality show airing at that point. With Cena and Bryan's relationship. Now, if you guys don't know, John Cena and Daniel Bryan are dating the Bella Twins. I don't know who's dating who, but Cena and Bryan are dating the Bella Twins, all right? Now, it is very likely that Brie and Nikki will be featured in the Cena-Bryan storyline. I think that would add a lot of intrigue to the storyline if the Bellas get involved. And again, like I mentioned with Vince, Stephanie, and Triple H, real-life situations are being injected into these WWE storylines. That's a great idea by WWE Creative. They should be doing this more often. I want to see real-life situations come to life on TV, or at least hinted on WWE TV. It adds more realism to the product. It adds more realism to the storyline. But, again, you really don't need the Bella Twins in this feud if it's going to be Cena Bryan. Cena and Bryan can take care of it themselves, but I'm not going to be against Brie and Nikki being a part of this because, like I said, it does add a sense of realism. So, we possibly have that to look forward to heading into SummerSlam as well. What else do we have here? The June 24th Raw, for the first time in weeks, had minimal changes from how the show was presented on June 21st last Friday when scripts were finalized. John Cena and CM Punk had already gone through and approved their segments before the final script was presented. Raw has been through many changes, many rewrites as the show went on. It's even been rewritten when the show was went on air live on the USA Network. But WWE has settled on scripts the last couple of weeks, which is good, and it's showing on WWE TV when it's not rushed and it's not put together last minute. I've said this many times. When you do things last minute and you're rewriting the show as the show is actually happening, it shows on TV. It all comes across on TV. When you have a set script in hand and you know what you want your superstars to do, when you have all the segments planned out and you know how your show is going to flow, everything is just presented so much better. So hopefully the WWE stays on that road. News on Taz, TNA play-by-play announcer. He was in WWE before he went to TNA. His contract is up with TNA this week. Everyone's been buzzing on the internet that Taz will be heading back to the WWE. PW Insider is now reporting that Taz's contract may end as early as Sunday. Taz has also been removed from TNA's website and has also removed any postings he's made on Twitter regarding any wrestling TNA news. So I don't know what this means. But I know TNA has an event out in Brooklyn. I know the WWE has an event Monday Night Raw out in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center on July 15th. That's where the New Jersey Nets play, or the Brooklyn Nets rather, whatever. So it's going to be interesting to see. I don't know, you know, Matt Striker's been released from his WWE contract. Could the WWE be bringing Taz back to take Matt Striker's spot? We got to wait and see. That should be an interesting developing story as the weekend concludes. Unfortunate news from Diamond Dallas Page, who has confirmed that Jake the Snake Roberts has indeed fallen off the wagon again. Jake the Snake has started drinking again. Now, this is a sad story. There's a video going around on DDP's YouTube page about Jake the Snake falling off the wagon and sneaking some liquor or beer. I haven't seen the video yet, but the decision was made to release the video of Jake falling off the wagon after much consideration. There has been a tremendous flood of positive media coverage surrounding what happens at DDP's accountability crib. And while many things that happen may be kept private, we cannot allow a false image to be portrayed. As much as we hate seeing people fail and fall, we still believe that anyone can make the decision to get back up. We're not a rehab center, and we're still learning so much about addiction. We are only here to support our friends if they are willing to do the necessary work. That's sad about Jake the Snake. I hope he he gets back on the right track because he's been saying that he wants to compete in the WWE again and compete in the Royal Rumble in 2014. So hopefully Jake's dream does come true. I've been following Scott Hall at the Accountability Crib. He looks great. He's on Twitter. I follow him on Twitter. He's, it's nice to see him replace alcohol with sushi and healthy food, and he's just doing well. He just had hip surgery. I can't wait till it all is documented. It's going to be an amazing journey to see these guys, being lifted up from near death, pretty much. Scott Hall was on his deathbed, pretty much, working his way back to getting back in good health. It's going to be an amazing thing to see, and DDP has my utmost respect. If you guys are not subscribed to DDP, go to his YouTube page and subscribe to his channel and watch all the videos from his DDP Yoga and Accountability Crib concerning Scott Hall and Jake the Snake. It's some very, very great stuff. So I really, suggest you guys go and do that. The United States Champion Dean Ambrose, Fandango, Antonio Cesaro, Jack Swagger, Damian Sandow, Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes will be the WWE superstars featured in the Money in the Bank ladder match at the pay-per-view on July 14th. Like I said, I do not see any of these guys winning. Ambrose, Fandango, Cesaro, Swagger. I know Swagger's not going to win it because of his DUI. Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes. Damian Sandow, I honestly think Sandow's going to win this thing. That's just my honest opinion. I do not see any one of those guys in a World Championship match this year. Sandow, his time is now. He's got a great character, and that's who I'm going with. The rest of the card is as follows. Henry vs. Cena for the WWE Championship. Punk, Bryan, Sheamus, Orton, Christian, Kane, and Van Dam in the Raw ladder match. You got Ziggler versus Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship. No U.S. Championship. We got tag team title match. Usos versus Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, and then Chris Jericho versus Ryback. This pay-per-view is going to be awesome, folks. I can't wait for Money in the Bank. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is on the cover of WWE 2K14. I hate it. I don't like it. The Rock's not there. They should have gave it to Punk or Cena or Ryback. Somebody who's there on TV every week. Fuck, give it to Lesnar. Give it to Lesnar. I would have rather Lesnar have it. Somebody. Put the Shield on the cover. The Rock doesn't deserve to be on the cover, even though it is a video game. I don't really give a shit about the cover, but The Rock is not there. They only did it for promotion, just to get a buzz about the game. But as for the game, you guys can expect all the gameplay from 2K14 on this channel. It's released in late October. I believe it's October 29th. And finally, guys, Monday Night Raw this past week drew a 2.90 cable TV rating, which is down 5% from last week. The episode averaged 4.1 million viewers in the first hour. Total, there was 4 million in the first hour, 4.2 the second, and 4.1 in the final third hour. Raw was good. Raw's been good for the last 4 weeks. WWE's doing the right thing. Ratings don't mean anything to me because there's other outlets for people to watch it. They DVR it. They watch it on YouTube. They watch it on Hulu. Whatever. The ratings don't mean anything. As long as WWE's putting on quality TV, that's all that matters to me. That is your news and rumors, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stuck around. I enjoy sitting here and just bullshitting with you and talking with you about WWE and giving you my news and rumors and opinions and thoughts on everything happening currently with the product. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you stuck around, hit that like button, subscribe. I will be back on Monday, Tuesday rather, for Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw this week will be live. It's going to be another great show. I fully expect WWE to be on their A game leading into Money in the Bank. So join me Tuesday morning for WWE review, guys. Thoughts and opinions on that. I will talk to you all soon. Take care, and thank you for watching.